Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic 90s nerds to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where, yeah, we talk about everything from Nickelodeon slime to horror movie slashers, but plenty of stuff in between. Like today's video, which we're talking about books yet again. That is pretty much the thing I talk about the most, but this is a special video because we're not just talking about any old books. We are doing a book haul! And you guys know that is my favorite type of video to do. And this is not just any book haul, this is a vintage horror book haul! So it's extra special and extra fun, and I'm extra pumped. Alright guys, without further ado, let's go to this short intro, and when we come back, we will dig into the flippin' vintage books. Welcome back, guys. Alright, so all of these books I'm going to show you today came from Jacksonville, Florida, from a trip I went on about a month or so ago, and I went to my favorite flippin' bookstore in the entire country that I've been to thus far. I mean, I could discover another favorite bookstore down the line, but as of right now, this bookstore in Jacksonville is my favorite bookstore ever, in terms of a used bookstore. So everything I'm about to show you came from there. First up, two books that are by my favorite author right now. I mean, I don't know if he's my favorite author yet, but I just have a good feeling that he's going to become my favorite author. I have to read a second book by him to really be sure. Alright, so these are both Robert McCammon books. So here's the first one. This is Bethanys Sin. And look at this fantastic cover art here. This is actually a book that Robert McCammon does not like. He's not very proud of it. So I have read Boy's Life just recently in this month, July, the month I'm filming this. I read Boy's Life and it blew me away. It is not a horror book, so don't get confused and think it's horror, because it's really not. It's got some fantasy elements, some magic elements, more magic than fantasy, let's say. And I just think it's a wonderful and pure and complex coming-of-age story. And we're following this young boy throughout a year of his life, and just him growing up and dealing with like a murder mystery situation that happened with his dad. His dad saw like this car get sunk into this lake, and it's like haunting him. And the whole town's trying to figure out, like, you know, who was in the car, who killed the guy in the car, etc., etc. But there's a lot more going on than that. It's really about the trials and tribulations of growing up. Anyway, the main point is, it was freaking beautiful. It was freaking amazing. It was written so elegantly and poetically, and oh, chef's kiss, it was perfect in every way. I can't say enough good things about it. I am going to have a live show about that book because it's one of my book club picks. My book club is open to anybody. If you guys are new here, it's called the Midnight Book Society. But anyway, so Bethanys Sin is not Robert McCammon's favorite book. It's one of his early books. In fact, his first 4 books, I think it's like They Thirst, Ball, this one, and then one other one, he's not like a huge fan of. But after that, he's like, yeah, I think I started to get my chops and become a better writer. But I still wanted to get this because, one, my friend Kelly, her book club had just read this, and I just thought it was cool that I happened to find it in the month that she was reading this. I didn't get to read it. But Kelly and my friend Alex, they both thought that this was just meh. That's okay. I'll link their channels below, by the way. They both have booktube channels, so it'll be linked below. But yeah, they both didn't really like this one. And like I said, even Robert McCammon is not a huge fan of this one, so I'm still happy to have it, though. This is published by Avon. As you can see there, the spine's rather creased, and there's dyed red pages. Next one is Usher's Passing, and I already have this in paperback. Is it behind me? No. Where is it? Hold on. I'll show you if my chair's not in the way. Here we go. Alright. It's kind of glaring, so let's go over here. So here is the paperback version of Usher's Passing. I love it. It's one of my favorite covers because of this pumpkin. I wish I could get this off, but it's under a piece of tape, so I can't. But yeah, The hardcover is incredible too, though, and this is a first printing. I was ecstatic to find this, so beautiful hardcover, and McCammon likes this book, so I am definitely going to read this at some point, and I'm so excited to have found a beautiful hardcover copy of this. It's awesome. It's great to have a paperback version and a hardcover version, but again, yeah, this edition's pretty damn cool too. Mine's not in the best shape, as you can see. There's like a rip there, or a tear. But yes, this is amazing. I love this copy as well. And I'm just so happy to have both. Okay guys, I'm thinking this is going to be a long video, so you might want to buckle in, grab some snacks, grab a nice refreshment like coffee or whatevs, because yeah, this is going to be long. My hauls are always long, so sorry, but I think it's worth it, because look at stuff like this. We're going to be looking at this type of thing, and this is incredible. This is a building with a face, and some blood running down the face, like,
I'm a possessed building, bitch.
I love this. Okay, so it says The Sight, a chilling tale of the supernatural. This is by Millicent March. This was published by Leisure, as you could see here on the spine. Yeah, I really like the face, and when I saw it, I was like, this is absurd looking. And here we see a close-up on the back of the face with the sharp teeth and bleeding mouth. Yes, yes, yes. Next up, we have a book that is definitely featured in the book Paperbacks from Hell. This is The Keep by F. Paul Wilson. And I'm happy to finally have a copy of this. This was published by Berkeley, and this was published in 1981. This one looks like so much fun. This is Demon Fire, and look at these frickin' bloody plants. Hell yeah!
We don't need the sun. We need blood.
That's the plants talking, by the way. What ifs. So this says,
Aloha, welcome to hell.
And this is really cool, by the way. The back is a postcard, so it's like a postcard from Hawaii. And this, the little bat here, is actually on a cover. I think the book's called, what is it called? I actually have the book. I can't remember the name of it, but yes, this is on a book cover, but it's the stamp here on the back of the book for this book, Demon Fire. So I'll read you the postcard.
Aloha from Hawaii. The islands are great, but who'd ever thought this tropical paradise was full of ancient gods, witches, and demons? Straight from hell. We're enjoying the sand, the sun, and the surf, but having evil spirits around can be murder. Dying to come home. Glad you aren't here.
Whatevs. And then the top of the postcard says,
Come to Hawaii and sample the tropical tortures and delights.
Awesome. Oops. Psh. Why am I holding it upside down? I really like the font as well. Look how it looks like fire. Marvelous. Next up, two books by Al Serrantonio. Both feature pumpkins on the cover, which I love. Al Serrantonio writes a lot about Halloween, so these books are no different. This is Halloween Land and Horrorween. And how appropriate, because right now we're in Summerween, so happy Summerween, everyone. This is very, very thematic. Alright, this one, look at the glowing jack-o'-lantern. Very nice. Very, very nice. Both of these are published by Leisure. Here is the second one, the Horrorween one. We've got a nice pumpkin patch, and the first pumpkin here, he looks pretty sinister. I like him. Here we have Manstopper by Douglas Borton. Very excited to find a Douglas Borton book. Look at this fantastic cover. Look at all the details of this dog. The rows of teeth, the red eye. Very, very detailed cover. And by the way, the teeth are embossed, so that's extra cool. So here it says on the back,
They have been born and bred for one single purpose, to kill, and now they are loose and doing what they do best.
And on the front,
Snarling, leaping, ripping, killing, the ultimate horror is coming at you.
this is an Onyx horror book. So this one's probably more of a thriller type of book, but when I reveal the step back cover art, you will understand why I got this and had to have it, because the picture behind this cutout is very creepy. So, this is Chain Gang by Rex Miller.
500 pounds of pure murder.
It's a lot of pounds. This dude must be huge. Whatevs. Look! Oh my god. Look at him. Look at the beads of sweat dripping down and like his creepy freaking mouth. God, look at him.
I'm 500 pounds. Get out of here.
This is a book published by Pocket. Here we have Night Glow. I just love this cover. We've got these shiny blades coming out of this field, I guess, or these pieces of grass. And it's reflective, see that? Reflects my light. You can see like the red here on this one and on this one. Pretty damn cool. Blood dripping there. Wow, it looks really cool in the light. I like that.
Murderous dreams, deadly reality, night glow.
Says the back.
In the dead of night, unspeakable terror awaits.
This is by Martin James, and this was published by Pinnacle. Next up, something kind of random looking, but I still thought it was really neat and I wanted to get it. So we see these kind of dinosaur beast looking things. And look, there's so many of them that go all the way back. So it's like a whole slew of them flying off in the distance here. That's awesome. Alright, so this is Night Beasts by T.W. Stetson. And if you could see them, it's too late, says the tagline. This is another Pinnacle book. The spine isn't too bad on this one, actually.
The sound of beating wings is coming closer and closer and closer. They are here.
I love this cover. There's something so atmospheric about this. The colors, it's just fantastic. And the way this shadow is looming over this beautifully done water here, I don't know, it's very eerie, very creepy, and also very summery. So by the way, I did read the back of the book before I started, and actually this book takes place in Yellowstone Park, which is kind of cool. So there's all these like murders happening in Yellowstone. Somebody, I guess evil, is basically the one committing the murders. So this is The Quiet by Patrick Billings.
Enter the mind of a madman.
And it says in the moon, the tagline. Again, see the guy and then like his shadow is all looming over here. Everything's embossed, like the forest here. The text is shiny, as you can see. Look at that, yeah. Kind of goldish, greenish. Very nice. This one was published by Tor, and it was published in 1994. Here we have another Douglas Borton book. This one was published in 1990. This is Kane, and this is another Onyx book, so I'm excited to have this one. Definitely want to read it at some point. The cover is pretty cool, but I'm more interested in reading the story. Next up, I have a Bernard Taylor book, Sweetheart, Sweetheart, and I love the cover. I love the colors. It's really deep black, and then there's this bright, vibrant red that just sticks out and is very startling and very just rich and very eye-catching, I think. So I love this especially because it matches in a way some of my other editions of Bernard Taylor books. So this one, as you could see, black and green, so it's gonna look great. I've got more than just this one, but look, they're gonna look great together. Yes, yes, yes. And that's because they're both published by Leisure, so same editions. I love it. I love it so much. By the way, I have read The Reaping. It was pretty decent. The best part about it is this hilarious scene where the main character is getting a massage and it's very Seinfeld-esque. Anyway, you have to read it to find out what I mean, but it was decent. There's like a mystery at the core of this book. And so I can't wait to read more by Bernard Taylor because I know my friend Kelly really likes him. She's really gotten into his books. But Kelly, remind me, which one's your favorite that you've read by him so far? I've got to read more. I've only read The Reaping thus far, so I'm extra happy to own Sweetheart, Sweetheart. And just so you guys see the close-up of the hand holding the rose with the blood red fingernails and the dripping blood there, it looks like. Yeah, wonderful. I am very, very excited about this one. Devil's Gate. I just love the way the cover looks with this awesome graveyard, this really gothic looking, epic freaking fence looking gate back there. Freaking awesome. Flippin' amazing. Well, Light, get out of here, Light. You're not making things work right. Devil's Gate. Elizabeth Urgus. I have heard of a lot of her books before. Alright, and this was published by Pinnacle, as you can see there. One more look here. Look at that. Nice. Here we have The Hunt by T. Lucen Wright, and I love this cover, and it's in decent condition, including the spine, which makes me very excited. See, it's a Pinnacle book. And look at that, the face, the screaming faces on the spine. Hell yeah! And look, embossed. The face here is embossed. The bat is embossed. Yes!
Stephen didn't know it, but his parents were the lucky ones. They were really dead.
Just look at these fantastic colors, too. Vibrant blues, different hues of blue. This very detailed forest here. Shiny text again, kind of silvery. Wonderful stuff. Great stuff. This is a carnival-themed book, so you know I had to get it. If you guys are, you know, somewhat longtime viewers of mine, you know I love carnival-themed horror because it's just so much fun. A great setting for horror books. Carnival fairs, fun houses, that stuff works well in horror in my opinion. This is Dark Journey by A.R. Moreland? Yes. Look, we've got like a fair here. Nice. Carnival, not fair. And this beast here with antlers and claws and insane fangs.
Town of Evil, Carnival of Horrors, Night of Judgment.
Yes. I will definitely be reading this one day when I'm gonna do again, I had this awesome kind of carnival-themed readathon last year, or this year? Feels like last year. This year in February, I'm gonna do it again in maybe next February. So yes, that'll be a lot of fun. It's hard to see. But this is a great book. And this was published by Bantam Books. Next up, I have two novelizations, which obviously is not vintage horror, but whatever. I wanted to talk about these quickly. So these are two of my favorite movies, so when I saw these novelizations, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get these. I don't know why I'm saying hell yeah today so much, and I just said it weird. I was like, hell yeah. I don't know why I'm saying it, so I gotta stop saying it, but I'm very excited. So this is Deer Hunter. If you have not seen this movie, I definitely recommend it. It's super heavy. It is about the flippin' Vietnam War and these guys who go to fight in the war, but they're a group of friends from this small town, and the beginning of the movie, you kind of gotta be patient because it's a long chunk of the movie that's like an exposition. Like, you're getting to know the friends, you're attending one of the friends' weddings, essentially. Well, you aren't, but as the audience, you're seeing the wedding, and it's like you're there. So that becomes important later, so you just know about their, like, friendship and stuff, and they do go on a hunting trip, you know, right after the wedding. So I love this movie. It's so well acted. It's not only got Robert De Niro in it, but it's also got Christopher Walken in it, and he's incredible. And it's also got Meryl Streep in it, and she's really good too. But again, it reminds me a lot of The Godfather in that, like I said, there's a long exposition. Same thing with The Godfather. If you remember, and you've seen The Godfather, you know that it starts with a wedding. So same thing here. It's got this big wedding that takes up a large chunk of the movie, but the action is really intense, and it just kind of emotional. So I love this movie. The other one I bought is the Fifth Element novelization, and I'm excited about this one because growing up, this was one of my favorite movies. I loved this movie so much. I watched it so many times. I had it on VHS. It still really holds up today. It's a great sci-fi movie. It stars Bruce Willis, and it's just an action-packed, awesome movie. There's this great opera scene where this blue lady's like, ho, 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 Anyway, it's really great. I'm not doing it justice. Just ignore that happened. But I love that part and always jam out to that part. Like a cool action sequence happens as this blue alien lady's singing that. Anyway, this is great. There's also this great scene where the main girl, Lilu, that's her character's name, she is microwaving chicken, and she's like, more chicken. I don't know, anyway. I don't know why I'm talking about any of this. I'm really excited to have this novelization. The movie is great. If you haven't seen it and you kind of like sci-fi type of things, I would highly suggest it. Pretty pumped about this. Here's a Sean Hudson novel. This is Shadows, and look at this screaming dude coming out of a wall of flames. And this looks evil here. Like, what is this, an evil lock on this trunk, it looks like?
In the unexplored corners of every sane mind lurks an insane evil.
This is another leisure book. Lots of leisure today in this haul. And lots of books from the 90s. This is also from the 90s. This was published in 1990. Next up, a book that I saw Marcy Reeds talk about, or at least say she wanted to read it a couple of months ago. So this is Winter Wake by Rick Catula, and I love the frickin' cover. Look at this skull with the crazy Einstein-looking hair, and a moon in the eyeball. Stormy sky, blood dripping. Hell yeah, all the details work. All the details are amazing. This is published by Warner Books, and I'm just excited to have this. I haven't read anything by Rick Catula yet, but I want to. This is a first printing, and it was published in 1989. Again, my birth year. Pretty cool. So, the cover just blows me away. I really love it. And the moon in the eyeball is embossed. Really awesome. Yes. Next up, I like this one because it's a screaming, flippin' face in a box, or on a box. So no, not SNL, dick in a box. You know, JT, Justin Timberlake, did that sketch. Anyway, no. This is face on a box. I don't know what is more scarier, this face or, like, the dick in the box sketch, but whatevs. Alright, so this is a screaming face. Kind of reminds me, for some reason, of In the Mouth of Madness. I don't know why. This screaming face reminds me of something with that movie, and I don't know why. So this is Deadlines by John Skipp and Craig Spector. I have quite a few of their books. They write a lot of books together, and I have yet to read any, but I've heard good things. They're kind of like splatterpunk type of authors from what I remember and recall hearing about. And yeah, I'm happy to add to my collection of their books because I think this might be like my 4th or 5th one. Maybe even more than that. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just happy to add another one. I like the kind of reddish, very bold font. This was published by, sorry, can't get it good, Bantam. Spine's pretty rough. A lot of these copies are rough. You know, I don't mind that. Okay, we only have 6 more, so I've saved my favorites like I usually do for last, so here we go. Alright, so I found this one, and I knew right when I saw it that it was very similar to another one that I already owned. And this is because some of these old vintage paperbacks, they had similar covers, and they would actually reuse the same cover, but like change elements. So this is one of those cases. I'll show you the comparison. So I found this one. This is the new one I bought. So this is Deadly Friend.
A friend in need is a fiend indeed.
Oh, that's wonderful. Great tagline. Why does he have, like, freaking yellow eyeshadow, it looks like? Or just has yellow glowing eyes that come up to the eyebrows? Or I don't know what the hell. Alright, that's weird. And it's not just the cover, it's the back, so that's the design. Anyway, you can see he's laying in his red coffin, holding a flower. This was written by Keith Ferrario. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. So, this was published in 1994. This is a BMI book. Very cool. I love the way it looks. I love the red. But the book I already owned that I knew it was similar to was Seed of Evil by Edmund Plant. See the similarities there? Exactly the same. Just different color coffin. Oh wait, they both have the yellow eyes too. Wow, I didn't realize that. They're both in suits. They're both holding a flower. The flower's a little different, but this one, this kid has, you know, flipping claws, apparently. This is regular kid hands. So this one's tagline,
Like father, like son, like hell.
So whatever. I love both of the taglines, I gotta say. And both of the covers. Even though they're very similar, there are some differences that I think make them very cool to compare and contrast. So yeah, I'm glad to have found this, and it'll be cool to put these side by side. Next up, the Forever Children. And look at these demonic kids. Hell yeah. I didn't mean to say hell yeah again. Oh, damn it. Whatever. Look, and look at this evil looking doll that the kid is holding. It's like an old man, creepy doll. It's no normal baby doll, that's for sure. So it's not perfect. There's a crease here. It is what it is, whatever. You guys might have guessed it's an outrageous cover, so that must mean, yep, it was published by Zebra, as you could see here. That confirms it. This is the zebra symbol. Yeah. I love all the frickin' evil kids. Yes, yes, yes. Any cover with evil kids, I seem to gravitate towards that.
They thought it would be nice if their kids stayed little forever.
But I guess they were wrong, bitch, because apparently the kids, you know, they're not just little, they're little and evil, and so that's not very good, is it? And the spine has one of the kids' eyes, a close-up of that. Alright, this is definitely featured in Paperbacks from Hell. This is Totem by Aaron M. Ely. And what you want this for is the step-back cover art. That is why I was extra happy to find it. So here we go. There we go. Look at this. Look at this awesome artwork. This was published by Leisure. I am jazzed. I can't believe I found this one. I already have her other book, which has the same type of step-back cover art, where it's like this half-cut, die-cut type of thing, and it opens like that. And, you know, I mentioned my friend Kelly, who her book club just read Bethanys Sin. Then they were reading this book as well, Only Child by Patricia Wallace, and I happened to find it on my book shopping adventure. I'm not going to be able to get to this, I don't think, with her book club. Her book club is called the From Hell Book Club. Again, her channel will be linked below. And look at this fantastic cover because of this balloon with the skull in it. Awesome stuff, in my opinion. And yes, it's another zebra book, as you can see here, the zebra logo.
Help me! My balloons! They're evil!
Alright, 2 more. I'm very excited. So this one, I'm really excited about. One, the cover is gruesome as heck. Look at this. Demonic looking face, creepy teeth, just very sickening. In a good way. This is Spellcaster by J. Edward Ames. This is another zebra book. Look here. See the logo? Yep. Let's just look at it from far. You could see it's embossed. You could see the details when I flip the light into it. Heck yeah. I did it again. I said it again. Anyway, the reason I'm super excited about this one besides the cover is because it takes place in New Orleans at Mardi Gras, so I found a Mardi Gras freaking horror book. And I'm from New Orleans, I live in New Orleans. Obviously, I've gone to many Mardi Gras because I'm a local, I live here. So when I read the back of the book, I was like, oh my freaking gosh, this is awesome. And I can't wait to read this. I'm definitely going to read this during Mardi Gras season because it'll be perfect and thematic, and I hope it's good. So a lot of times, you know, these old school paperbacks are not very good, but sometimes you find a gem, and it's really good. So we will see. Is this going to be a gem? I don't know, but the cover is a gem nonetheless, even if the story is not, but I'm hoping the story will be good. So I'm going to read you the back.
Blood revels New Orleans. A hideous terror threatens this year's Mardi Gras festivities. From a shadowy gloom of the French Quarter, a pair of cold, malevolent eyes stare out at the gathering masses with blood-chilling hatred. A silent street performer, his features hidden by a ghostly mask of white grease paint, waits eagerly, hungrily, for the coming of Fat Tuesday, for it is then that his unearthly powers will reach their terrifying peak, the power to kill with a look. In the dark domain of voodoo and horror, the Emperor is king, and as hordes of unsuspecting partiers line the parade routes, the superhuman fiend who makes nightmares real is planning revelries of his own, a celebration of unspeakable evil that will wash the streets of New Orleans in rivers of gore.
Yes. Yes. I cannot wait to read this. Freaking Mardi Gras horror. I have not seen very many of these types of stories, so it is just great to find one in the wild at a used bookstore. And I actually didn't even realize it till after I bought the book, and then I looked at the back and I said, oh, score! Alright, and last but not least, and thank you guys for sticking with me. I know this has been long, but a lot of people say that they like and enjoy long hauls. So hopefully you guys have been entertained and have had a snack or a drink to, you know, keep you going this long watching my video. I really appreciate it. All right, here we go. Are you guys ready? I don't know if you're ready. I'm barely ready because this is such a badass cover. All right, let's go. Death Song. Look how lovely this is. We've got an ocean, we've got a bloody piano, and a set of freaking floating hands playing it. I don't know why I like this one so much. It's just very eerie, and we've got like piano music, or I'm sorry, sheet music down here, but I'm sure it is for the piano because the flippin' dude on the cover is playing the piano. More on the back of the sheet music with the blood dripping. I love the back as much as the front and the spine. Of course, it had to be a zebra book because it's outrageous but also amazing at the very same time. So this is by Jack whatever. it's by this guy. It is what it is. I'm so bad at pronunciation. I'm not even going to try. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm over it. So this was published in 1989, and it's just freaking amazing, freaking awesome, and totally zany, totally zebra. That should be their, or should have been, not, they don't exist anymore. It should have been their tagline, totally zany, totally zebra, because that's like how their covers are. Yes, look at it, playing the flippin' piano. And there's even blood here in the ocean. And yeah, the blood has nice texture to it. So do the keys, so do the hands. Look at this amazing red, shiny font. Yeah.
They cut his hands off because they thought he was the devil. How else could he play the piano without ever taking a lesson? As they threw his mangled body over the cliffs into the boiling sea, he uttered a curse, death to every one of the descendants of his murderers. It was 1788, and most people in the sleepy town of First Landing, Maine, believed in black magic. They were glad he was gone. Nobody believed in curses anymore presently, especially sensible Diane Whitehead, who brought her husband and 2 children to Maine for a vacation, and to trace her ancestry in the picture-perfect town of First Landing. Diane was delighted to be able to rent the very house where her forebears had lived, until strange things started to happen. Poltergeists, disembodied hands, hideous deaths, eerie music, and then one night Diane's pretty 7-year-old daughter began to play the piano without ever taking a lesson. The music was beautiful, too beautiful to be anything but a death song.
Heck yeah. Play that death song. It sounds beautiful to me. So that is my favorite of this particular haul. But I don't know, I got a lot of favorites. I love Spellcaster, the Mardi Gras book. Only Child is pretty great too. Lots of good stuff, I think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at all those fantastic covers. I know I enjoyed looking at them again, because sometimes when you have them put away, you forget like what you just found, and then looking at them again, it's like an extra excitement, and it's like a jolt of, yeah, and you just get all jazzed and pumped up. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I showed you those books. I really appreciate it. Please leave a comment, guys, if you enjoyed the video. It really helps with the analytics, and I love hearing what you guys thought about the books, and if you have a favorite cover, I'd love to hear about that specifically. Do you guys own any of these books? And if so, have you read any of these books? That would be great to know, because I'd love to know which ones I should dig into first. Also, thank you so much once again for watching. I truly appreciate you guys' time. You know it means the world to me that you check out my channel. It is just incredible to me that people take the time to watch my videos, and it means so much. Alright guys, but for this time, that is it for me. Till next time, you guys know what you can do. I say it each and every time. Keep on killing it. Bye guys!